We're live. That is one. And I'll just be doing your thing. Let me just be sure that you're live.
We are reviewing Chimamanda Ngozi ADICHIE, and we have her novels here. We have Half of Yellow Sun, we have Purple Hibiscus, we have Thing Around Your Neck, and Americana. So we are waiting for Dream Count now. Anybody who is interested in pre-ordering the Dream Count for me can contact us later. But we have these, and I've read them all, and I'm going to review them. She's one of the people who inspired me to be an author. Now I'm a children's author, a published children's author of The Bowl of Rice. It's a wonderful book for your child. If you haven't gotten it, you should get it immediately. You can also contact us for that. So I'm going to be reviewing Chimamanda, but before I do that, I'd like to say something like a paean, a word of praise. I consider her like a sort of idol for what she's doing in the literal world and in the world at large, in the society. By the way, happy International Women's Day. I'm wearing my Women's Day shirt. Women have the solution. Ask them. Ask us. We have the solution. Ask her. She has the solution. She put many solutions here, which I'll be referring to some very soon. So, I'd like to thank her for doing what she's doing, for making words, for making different words known, for making the word of an African woman known, for making the word of a woman or a black woman or a black person in America or abroad known, for making all those concepts less alien to us. Even though they are foreign, they are not like things that are not happening. Things are happening, and she's making them known in her own unique way. Like this wonderful woman will go ahead to say in the first page of Americana, in her description of America, she would say Baltimore smelled like brine, Brooklyn smelled like sun-warmed garbage, and Philadelphia smelled like the musky scent of history. So I just love the way she uses those kind of details in her writing. It paints a picture in your mind as storytelling should do. That is why her uncle, her mentor, another famed, renowned artist of our time, the storyteller Chinua Achebe, said that she has been endowed with the power of ancient African storytellers. It's amazing. So I'm just here to talk a little bit about the book, and we'll analyze it soon.
Okay, I'm here too, and thank you again for being patient and hanging in there with us. This program is supposed to start by 8:30, was it? By 7, and we had technical difficulty trying to connect on a better platform than on the phone, and this didn't work out. So, pardon us. We are going to be reviewing she, not me. I'm just kind of like an anchor technical guy here. She's going to be talking about these 4 books, and okay, let's just get into the question since we have run out of time. Again, happy International Women's Day. Thank you to all the women who have been supporting her project, The Bowl of Rice. This is a familiar picture to everybody by now. And the bowl of rice have gone out of the shores of Nigeria, and it has gone to different states in Nigeria, and we hope to keep it going as long as we can. And okay, so first question, I would just let you do your thing here. If I give you one needle to sew together all of Chimamanda's work, talking about purple hibiscus, the thing around your neck, Americana, and half of a yellow sun. If I give you one needle to weave them all together, what connects her stories? What would you tell us?
Okay, so what connects all, because all the main characters in her stories are women, very strong, powerful women. We have Kainene in half of a yellow sun, Kainene and Olana in half of a yellow sun. We have Kambili in purple hibiscus. We have many great women in Thin Around Your Neck. And we have in Americana Ifemelu. So what connects them all is the ability to remain strong in the face of love, because love is a powerful thing. In the face of love, in the face of family, and in the face of things that go on in the society, in small societies and in bigger societies. In small societies, in the sense that we have family issues, family violence in purple hibiscus, but there is still love, and the young girl there is able to work with this love, and she's able to come out braver, stronger. In Americana, we have Ifemelu struggling with society and love on a bigger scale, which is race in America. She struggles with that. She struggles with accepting herself, accepting what she has come to love, because even though there is race in America, Chimamanda put it out there as Ifemelu still loves America, because America gave her such wonderful things, but there are also some experiences that she had to pass through to enjoy those wonderful things. So that love is there. I would call it tough love.
Okay.
Yes, because for a woman to pass through such things, like Olana and Kainene in half of a yellow sun, after all the horrors they went through during the war, all the relationships they had to struggle to keep together, she still lost her sister at the end. It was very painful, but the tough love that carried them throughout as women was able to hold them all the way. Because in our time, in the times of now and in the times of then, women have been the ones holding things together. So I think she got that point very well. The fact that women hold things, women hold homes, women hold societies, women hold relationships and the likes. So that is the message the main message she's passing across with the novels here.
So you said you've mentioned Kainene in purple hibiscus. You mentioned
Kainene in half of a yellow sun, Kambili
in purple hibiscus. Who is in Americana? Ifemelu in Americana. So what about the person?
The thing around your neck. There are many characters in the thing around your neck. It is a very wonderful book. There are 12 elaborate stories, 12 stories, wonderfully built, wonderfully crafted and cut off. The stories were going very great, but she left us in that suspense because there are some things that happen in life that your story will not go just all the way. You will be able to finish it by yourself. For her to write such stories is to write the human experience or a life experience. And nobody yet knows how life is going to play out. We may just be at the tip of an iceberg.
Okay.
So I think she was right in a way to cut the story short. There are also stories about self-awareness, finding of oneself in different situations. In situations like a military setting where things are difficult, things are a bit tight. The environment is not very conducive, but still coming out through finding yourself in places like America once again with race and things not being as you thought they were. You don't know the next place life is going to take you.
Okay. I've read in a couple of places that and even listened to some of her speeches that she's a feminist, and just as you have said, most of her characters in her stories are female, and the common man knowledge of what a feminist is, you know, a macho woman who, you know, shuns everything about what we know about being a woman is, like, you know, they don't marry, they're always strong, they have a strong voice, they're always very strong, and they shun that subtle, gentle aspect of a woman. Can you reconcile the real Chimamanda and the image her works and the idea of feminism portrays?
Okay. So feminism is seen as it is, like you have said, but I think what she's trying to do is to balance out the idea that we have in this world of us, that a man or the male species is more powerful, more better, and all the likes, better than a woman. So that's what she's trying to balance out. And yes, the macho is involved, the strong voice is involved, but I think she's just really trying to balance it out. And I would say that because in her books, the women all have supporting characters,
Okay.
and most of them are men.
Give us
For instance, in Americana, if a lady left her life in Nigeria, left her love Obinze and went to America, and she got a new life, she struggled through it all, but she came out being the strong woman that she is. But when she had all that was supposed to be had, when she had shown the world what was right in her sense, in her own little way, with her blogging and with her ways of interacting with people, the different characters and settings in America.
Yeah.
When she had achieved all this, she still came back to Nigeria to look for Obinze. And he was the only one who could fill a certain void that she had in her, because there was a void. Okay. And not a void of what I have achieved does not make sense. A void of I have achieved it, I have changed people's minds. Now what?
Okay.
I still need a life, I still need to love. So I think she is not completely putting herself off as a macho woman who does not need a man, who does not need anyone else. Yes, she can fend for herself. Yes, she's independent. But she still needs certain things that will make her feel like a woman.
And that's the balancing aspect of things that you're talking about. Okay, what about in Half of a Yellow Sun? Do you see that strong voice playing and then having a balancing role, as you said?
Yes, it's almost the same thing in Half of a Yellow Sun, because it was set in the time of the Biafran War.
Okay.
And she was a very strong voice woman, Olana. She was very independent, very educated, and she just had it all almost easy to her, that at some point it slightly annoyed her. So she fell in love with a professor, and he was the one who she turned to for certain things, like to be able to sometimes validate herself.
Okay.
Yes, because she knew she was good, she knew she had it all, but she needed him to be there. She needed somebody to show that or to share that all with.
Okay.
Because if you have, you must give.
You must give, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, that part. Okay, and that's for Half of a Yellow Sun, Olana, right?
Yes.
And then who do we have in
Purple
Hibiscus?
Purple Hibiscus, we have Kambili. Kambili at first was not all strong and what you would call a strong woman. She was strong, but she kept all her strength, all her wisdom, all her creativity inside of herself.
Okay, because could it be because of the domineering father?
Male figure in her life, yes.
Like her father?
So she loved him quite okay, but it blocked her from bringing out that wonderful feminine aspect of herself. So what she now used to balance that out was family. In her family, they were both women and men, and she saw how these two different genders could interact with themselves and still bring out something beautiful. So she used that, and she grew out of her father's shadow. She loved him still, but she did not love him from behind. She loved him wholly, and even after his death, she loved everything wholly. She used to love only in her mind. She kept it all inside, but now she didn't care whether there was something that was going to go wrong, because normally she would be thinking in her mind, if I love this way, would it be right? If I love that way, would it be right? But now, seeing how family works, there will be good times and there will be bad times, but they will all be together and they'll work it out, because that's how balance comes in. That's how a man and a woman is supposed to live together.
Okay, so all along what you're trying to say is Chimamanda, even though she's strong, outspoken voice of feminism, she has in her background that male supporting role that balances that voice.
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe that if she didn't have that role, she wouldn't be quite complete. She would be complete maybe on the screens or outside, but she herself who wrote it would have that void. She knows she would have that void. Anybody would have that void if they were just alone doing it all, making it all work. And then at the end of the day, who are you doing it for? What are you doing it for? Yes, you can do it for yourself. That was nice, but you have to share. And in sharing with other people, you will empower yourself. It will feel much more that you're actually inspiring people. Because as you teach others, you also learn.
Okay.
So if she did not have that male supporting character in her life, she would not have a purpose. Like, apart from herself, she would need something bigger, like a family. That's what family also is for.
Interesting. It's all serious talk about Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and we have been playing around at least the 4 of her books we have. ENO has been doing that work.